Did you hear the one about the game that won't let you play it? No? Okay, well it goes something like blah 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 and then the punchline, Battlefield 5. It doesn't matter how you tell the joke, the outcome is the same. BF5 has hit new depths recently. I'm GetGoodGuy and I'm done with covering regular Battlefield news, as I've stated recently, but I'll still hit on the big topics that interest me, as I will for any game, and this is one of them. And rather than just being news, it's more like simply reporting on a disaster at this point. Let's talk about the problems. There's a big one, like a really big one, and then I'll run over just a few other smaller bugs to add to the ever-growing list that I discovered whilst dealing with this big main bug. Keep in mind there is a patch coming soon, I believe tomorrow, at the time of releasing this video, so these things, or some of these things I guess, may change, I hope it does. That however doesn't alter the fact that these issues are in the game right now, nor does it change the sheer amount of problems we've had to endure from BF5 so far. Yesterday the game was driving me completely crazy. All I wanted to do was record spectator footage for a video that I've got coming soon. So basically, I just wanted to fly around the map and record B-roll footage, not even actually playing the game as such. And it took me hours to do this because of crashes. Yep, put bluntly, Battlefield 5 for some time was crashing every few minutes. The longest I managed to stay on the game for during this period of time was 8 minutes, and then freeze and back to the Xbox dashboard. Keep in mind this is in a AAA title that continues to be staunchly defended by some, and it's been out for 6 months. The loyal support of such people isn't exactly being rewarded, especially with the current weekly reward of 5,000 company coins, which will buy you, for example, well, nothing that costs boins. Part of some randomly slapped on blue face paint. Great, enjoy that. But that's not the focus of this video, I must remember. It's merely another disappointment to go along with it. And just so you know I'm not making all of this up, here's one example of what the crashing is like. And that was happening every few minutes. Now I'd had my game crash once during a brief session recently where I was actually playing the game rather than spectating, but I didn't think much of it, just another one-off annoyance that I'm used to. But now I see that it was likely part of a much bigger problem. There are some people who report not having this specific problem, although they're generally having other problems, so that's good, at least kind of, but it doesn't exactly make everything okay. You know, I'm glad some are able to still play the game, but many are having their experience interrupted frequently by this, to the point that a fair number just can't be bothered to try anymore. And when a game's been out for 6 months and then give up for a while, how many then just won't come back? And I say this because I decided to get some feedback on the issue from others. If you also want proof of that, the link to my Twitter is in the description and my pinned comment. And basically this is happening to different extents to people on all platforms, both whilst using the spectator mode and just playing the game. For some it's once or twice here and there. For others it's every few hours or even minutes. Some crash while searching for games, just all sorts, and I just find it to be wildly unacceptable. This isn't a rant or me being negative, as I so often had thrown at me previously. This is me speaking from pure logic. It's not okay to have problems as severe as this 6 months down the road of release. And it's sad because it's not even surprising to me or many others anymore. I did eventually get a longer period of time in which to record the bulk of what I needed without a crash, but it still then crashed after a while. And so to that I say good luck concentrating when you're constantly wondering if the whole game is about to implode on you. And just to sort of flesh this out, I may as well mention the smaller things I noticed during this frustrating session. Well, I remember reading that the map list had an error where it had a template listed, and I maybe have a vague recollection of a map being listed twice. What I didn't realise is that it's still the case right now for both of these things. Seriously, are we for real? Template new level, and then 2 instances of Rotterdam. This top one doesn't function at all, by the way, so I really appreciated the time I wasted trying to find a Rotterdam game before I realised what the problem was. Plus, there's the unknown errors that I keep coming across, just stacking up the frustration of spending extended amounts of time in the menus. Plus, there's the immortality glitch right now that stops you from being able to bleed out. Here's a little clip from my video I released the other day that shows this. Dude, I can't bleed out. I can't bleed out. Someone needs to come pick me up. I literally can't die. I just have to sit here. I guess I could redeploy. Can I redeploy? Hold on. No, it takes redeploy off the options. Are you kidding me? So if you are an individual that wants to, you can defend the game all you like, but I'm absolutely comfortable in my statements. When it takes me literal hours to simply record spectator footage of each map, you can bet I'm sick of it. You can bet I find this absolutely unacceptable, and you can bet that this is damn near unplayable when these problems are happening. It literally stops you playing. If this is eventually fixed or fixed soon, then it will be somewhat playable again. But do we just then wait for the next bug? Yes, probably. I'm still going to play the game because I still try to make entertaining videos on it. Videos purely focused on my gameplay and interactions with people rather than covering issues like this. But how many people don't have an incentive to do that like I do and are just going to stop playing the game? What's going to be the final straw? The bug that just pushes them over the edge and they just abandon the game? Many already have. This needs to stop. And so that's why I consider Battlefield 5 to be officially unplayable right now. If you appreciate or agree with this information, then cool, you're welcome. If you simply want to claim this as negativity again, despite the evidence, then that's totally up to you. I'm just going to continue to provide honest content. Now, if you enjoyed the video, the most important thing you can do is turn on notifications. Recent findings have shown that this is literally the only surefire way to keep up to date with the creator's content. I promise you that. So just hit the bell for me and for you if you do want to see more. And feel free to join my Discord server in the description and my pinned comment. Here's to Board of Awesome for the epic people who support the channel on Patreon. They're all absolute heroes and I love them all deeply and often. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and my pinned comment. And with that all said, I'm GetGoodGuy and I'll see you next time. Laters.